All right, we're here with Paige VanZant, getting ready to headline BKFC 19 this Friday against Rachael Ostovich, and we're around 48 hours or so away, Paige. How are you feeling heading into your sophomore bare-knuckle fight?
Feeling great, honestly. I'm super excited about this matchup. Right now, it's just, the fight before the fight, the weight cut. Wake up in the morning, make weight, and then it's all business.
One of the big themes with the press conference was seeing 6 ladies up on the dais, essentially, all in between Dave Feldman. What does that sort of mean to you? I mean, you got brought over to this promotion, but to see a press conference featuring all 6 of you as female fighters trying to take the sport in a different direction, what did that mean to you today?
I mean, it's awesome, but at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I'm not a female fighter. I'm a fighter, and it doesn't matter if I'm the only female up there or if the whole stage is. I think it's really awesome that women are getting so much attention in this sport. It's well-deserved. I don't feel like we need to fight for it. It's deserved in and of itself. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm really excited to get to headline another event, and I'm sure, all those ladies are excited to be headlining for women's sports.
After the fight with Britain Hart, you took it well, and you wanted to just get better and better. You made a couple of changes with this training camp. How did that loss sort of motivate you just to get better? I mean, it was your first appearance. You showed a lot, like you said, in that 5th round. How did you go back to the drawing board to get ready for this fight with Rachael?
Coming out of that fight really wasn't a loss. I went into this, I needed the experience. You can only experience bare knuckle boxing by competing in it. And, I promised I wouldn't take easy fights in my career, and I never have. Fighting Britain Hart, who was a veteran in boxing and bare knuckle boxing, I wanted to fight the best of the best. And I guarantee you, if we had one more round, then I would have finished her and knocked her out. It was, the first 3 rounds, getting my feet wet. And by the 3rd round, you saw me pick it up. And unfortunately, I won the last 2, but I wasn't in a fight that short. It's 5 2-minute rounds. You have to be able to win every single round to take the fight. But that 5th round was an absolute performance by myself, and I'm really excited that I got to capitalize on that momentum and come here and fight somebody like Rachael.
How did you react to finding out it was Rachael? I know you don't really consider this a rematch because it is different sports. You fought each other in the UFC and you got the finish. How did you react to that? Were you excited about that opportunity to have a second go-around with her?
It didn't matter for me. Of course, I like the matchup for myself. I've already beaten her. I've already faced her. I know her power. I know what she feels like. I like the opponent. I know I can beat her. Beyond that, it's just another opponent. When they brought the name forward, I just said, of course, I'll take that fight. That's great. It's whatever BKFC wants, right? They're building a promotion, and they're being extremely successful at it by the business moves that they're making. And it's just not up to us as athletes to make those moves. So I'm really excited for whoever they put in front of me.
Of course, your husband, Austin Vanderford, got a nice win for Bellator. He's very close to a title shot right now. How motivating was that for you for him to kind of set the table for your next fight?
It's great, and he's not close to a title shot. His next fight is for the title, so he's going to be a Bellator champ this year, if not early next year, depending on the timeline that Bellator has. It's awesome. We're a household full of fighters, and he's just been absolutely killing it in Bellator and being extremely successful as that's just who he is as a person. He's a fighter first and foremost, and it's absolutely awesome that we get to be successful together.
You talked about going into your first bare knuckle fight. You got to get your feet wet. Rachel's going to be going through the same thing. How much is that an advantage for you, knowing that you felt that essentially back in November? She's going to be feeling the same thing you felt heading into the Britain Hart fight?
Any experience is an advantage, right? Going into this, having boxing experience is an advantage, which I didn't have going into my last fight. Bare knuckle boxing experience is an advantage. And yeah, of course, I feel like the more fights I have with BKFC, the better and better I'll get, the more I'll understand the differences between this and straight boxing and the differences between this and MMA. It is a completely different sport, and the rounds, it's every single aspect. There's different rules to this too that you kind of have to get ready for. And I'm excited to get another fight under my belt and just to keep growing with the promotion.
I don't know at this point in your career, after all these fights, you're in the prediction game anymore, but what's your expectation? What can fans expect on Friday night when you get back in that ring?
It's going to be like lightning, honestly. Between Rachael and I, we're both known for just going out there and fighting. We both have dogs in us. Obviously, neither of us have to fight. We're both extremely talented in other aspects, but we choose to fight. And I think that's extremely commendable that both of us are willing to take the gloves off and go out there and bare knuckle box each other. So this fight is going to be fireworks. I can guarantee you there won't be a dull moment in this fight.
What did you think? Did you watch Misha Tate's comeback? Because again, kind of in the same situation. She doesn't have to fight, but she went back and it was the competitor in her that went back and she had a great performance. Did you watch that? And if so, what did you think of it?
No, I wasn't able to watch Misha's fight. I think I was in the sauna. Getting ready for my fight. But no, Misha's amazing and she's extremely talented. I felt like she wasn't done yet when she did retire. I was, a really big fan, so I was bummed out that she had retired, but she's coming back. She looks stronger than ever, and I feel like the division is wide open for her to take, another opportunity at the belt. She's extremely talented. So, and I like it, honestly. Amanda Nunes is my teammate, and I would like some more competition for her. She keeps running through everybody, so it just makes it a little bit more exciting for Amanda, honestly.
And then last question for me, because I really need to know if anybody knows. The fighters that were on the bottom of the stage at the table, these kids, I give them all the credit in the world for going in there and boxing, but do you know who any of them are?
Okay, I do. And, I'm kind of in that generation. I'm a millennial. I think most people on the TikTok, they're, Gen Z. It's a little bit younger of a demographic. But honestly, I think we do need to look at what these kids are doing. The people like the Logan Paul, or the Paul brothers, Jake and Logan, these YouTube and TikTok stars, Fauzi, they've been able to become millionaires as kids, and they're doing a lot of things right. And people just see them as like internet stars, but they work their asses off, and there's a reason that they're here, and there's a reason they're rich kids and extremely successful. So the world's just going in a different direction, and it's pretty much all digital. So I think it's time to jump on board, and I think what BKFC is doing by bringing them here to fight is extremely huge, right? It's going to grow all of us as athletes. It's an entirely different demographic that's going to tune in and watch us fight, and they're growing with the world, with social media, with the media, and with boxing in general. So BKFC is making some power moves, and I'm excited to have them on my card.